Well, dear students, after 2-3 days again we are coming back to your class, and this class is on the first unit of your syllabus, and the first unit is very much extensive unit, you know so much well. The unit covers 2 units: development of secondary education in India, at the same time development of secondary education in Assam. And from this unit we will get 20 marks question in the final examination. So this unit is very much important for you. We are to study altogether 7 units. If we consider the first unit as to be 2, means development of secondary education in India as 1 unit and development of secondary education in Assam as another unit, then we are to study 7 units. And if we consider the 2 units as 1, then we are to study 6 units. The first and last, from the first unit 20 marks questions you are to face, and from the last unit 2 you are to face 20 marks question. The last unit is on statistics in education and psychology, and this is the unit of history, and that's why there is, you see, in your examination you will not get any chance to write from your own intellectuality. Simply you are to keep in mind all the important, you see, historical facts. At the same time you are to keep in your mind all the information. And if long question is asked in your examination, then you can add a little bit concerning to the recent history relating to the secondary education of India as well as Assam. In our last class, we took the last class, that was the class number 4. Today this is the class number 5, particularly in English, and in Assamese too we are taking some class. So all the students, means the medium of Assamese as well as the medium of English, you can see both the classes so that you can get the chance to make your idea or concept so much clear. On 2nd July, means 2720, we did the class number 4, and today 13/7/2020, this is class number 5. And UT class means total YouTube class I have attended altogether 49. That number is not so much important for you, but this class is so much important. And let us help you, because you are not in front of me, you are staying at home because of the lockdown situation. So I must have to help you to get link or keep link with this class, and that's why the last most important parts of last class I must have to repeat, you see, hurriedly. In the last part we discussed about the aims of secondary education, and we found that the first aim is the aim of development of democratic citizenship qualities, or development of democratic citizenship. This is according to the Secondary Education Commission of 1952 and 53. The most important aims, one of the aim of secondary education is the development of democratic citizenship. And if you are to write on this aim, then you are to write basically the development of democratic citizenship qualities means the development of the under-mentioned, you see, areas or under-mentioned aspects of human personality, or the personality of the students who are continuing education in secondary level. Clear thinking means students are to get training so that they can think so much clearly, means thinking capability or capabilities of the students are to be developed in the secondary level of education. Receptivity to new ideas means acceptability, the capacity to accept new ideas, new concepts, new information that is to be developed in the level of secondary education. Clearness in speech and writing means students are to, become ready to speak clearly and courageously. At the same time, in writing, to dare to be so much clear just after having education in their secondary level. This I discuss. Training in the art of living in community is also one of the most important segments of the development of democratic citizenship. Passion for social justice, development of the power of tolerance, development of the spirit of true patriotism. These are the aspects or sub-contents of the first aim, that is the development of democratic citizenship, which is one of the most important aims of secondary education as per the assertion of the Secondary Education Commission of 1952 and 53. What we again got relating to the aim of secondary education as per the as per the suggestion of the despots or as per the indication of the Education Commission of 1952 and 53 is development of the qualities of leadership. This is one of the important aims of secondary education, development of the qualities of leadership. And if you were to write on this aim, then what does it mean? Development of the qualities of leadership basically indicates the undermentioned or below-mentioned qualities. Training in discipline. Students are to understand the value of discipline in their life. Clear understanding of different social issues means concerning to the society where they are living. The concepts and ideas of the students, perception of the students will be so much clear. Let us go back to the third most important aim which we got in our last discussion is development of the personality of a whole man. Development of the personality of a whole man is one of the most important aims of secondary education. And if you are to write in your examination, what does it mean? What does the development of the personality of a whole man mean? Then you are to write the development of personality of a personality means the development of the spirit of respect for cultural heritage. It also means the development of proper interest for the good of society. In brief, this means if you are to write in specific in the examination, releasing the sources of creative energy. We have creative energy or energies, and secondary education must have to help to develop all the creative capabilities or creative qualities or energies of the students. Appreciation of cultural heritage means we have to learn to appreciate the cultural heritage of our own society, and it's the prime concern of secondary education, which is to help us to develop the capability to appreciate, cultural speciality. The fourth most important aim of secondary education as per the assertion of the Secondary Education Commission of 1952 and 53 is improvement of vocational capability. And if you are to write, what does it mean? I am discussing and repeating the same thing which I did in my earlier class. It means efficiency, it means vocational capability, development or improvement of vocational capability basically emphasizes on the development of productive efficiency so as to help every learner to take active part in the process of economic development. In simple explanation, in brief, in simple semantic encoding, it means appreciation of dignity of work. We are to learn to appreciate the dignity of work. Appreciation of the value of the world of work means the world of work is to be respected, and we are to learn to do this. Promotion of technical skills or the development of expertise means in the level of secondary education, students just after the completion of their education, they are at least to become ready or able to, able to earn livelihood with the help of the application of their own education. Let us go back to the next one. Then after what we got, the development of the concept of world citizenship. This is one of the most important aims of secondary education. We are to develop secondary education is to develop the concept of world citizenship, means it is to help us the spirit of international understanding, and it means the development of the spirit of welfare of humanity as a whole. It means the development of the true spirit of patriotism and citizenship with the spirit of international sensitivity for the good of whole human race. So friends, these are the most important aims of secondary education as per the discussion, or as per the assertion, as per the explanations of the Secondary Education Commission of 1952 and 53. And now let us, discuss this part today, and we are to start, going back to the earlier slide. We have had this much, means these are repeated for your clarification, so that in your examination you can write so much well, because all these are so much important for your examination also. Let us begin today's class from this part, means we are to discuss today about the reorganization of secondary education. The commission suggested discuss in detailed manner the problems of secondary education, and thenceforth it prescribed or specified what should be the basic aims and objectives of secondary education, and thenceforth the commission put importance on the reorganization of secondary education of the country, so that the secondary education can help to fulfill the aspirations of the learners, of the students, to take part in the process of making Indian democracy so much vibrant, so much progressive, and so much dynamic. And basically, when we are to discuss about the reorganization of secondary education, we are to see the viewpoints of the Secondary Education Commission. And the Secondary Education Commission suggested changing the organizational pattern 10+2+3. You got this one, or organizational structure of secondary education to meet the requirements of democratic social setting of the country. India got independence in 1947, 15 August, and that's after then few years back in 1951, 52 or 52, 53, we got the Secondary Education Commission, and Secondary Education Commission studied the socio-political situation of India and felt the demand or necessity of reorganizing the secondary education. Reorganize, or for the reorganization of the level of secondary education. Why? To bring a radical science to the secondary stage of education, the Commission offered recommendations in terms of the following specific aspects relating to organizational pattern. If in your examination question is put, explain the viewpoints of the Secondary Education Commission of 1952 and 53 relating to organizational pattern, then you are to write all these things. What did the commission say, or what are the views of the commission? The duration of education, that is age limit and time limit. Regarding this, means on this area the commission suggested or put its own view. Types of secondary education, that is educational institutions which are to offer education. On this area also the commission expressed very much important views. Curriculum of secondary education, this is another area on which the commission put important, express important views or put important comments. Let us see the next one. What did the commission say regarding the first one, means duration of secondary education, that is age limit and time limit? What did the commission say? The commission, as per the commission, it includes the following specific aspects. If it is asked to write in the examination, then you have to write all this. Secondary education should begin after 4 or 5 year periods of primary or junior basic education. 10+2+3 you have had. So secondary education should start just after the 4 or 5 year periods of primary or junior basic education. Secondary education should cover the middle or senior basic stage of 3 years and higher secondary stage of 4 years. Thus, the total period of secondary education should be 11 years as per the viewpoints of the Secondary Education Commission. Secondary education may begin at the age of 11 years and continue till the age of 17 or 18 years. This is also very much important in the examination. It may be or question may be put, and you have to keep in mind, and you have to see the slide or contents of the slide again. Let us go back to the next one. Next, concerning to the B, intermediate classes should be abolished as per the reorganization. What is to be done? Intermediate classes should be abolished. The Commission suggested abolishing the existing intermediate classes for reorganization. The junior and senior intermediate classes should be the part of high school and university as well. The junior intermediate, that is the 11th class, is to be connected to high school, and the senior intermediate, that is class 12, is to be made the part of university level education, and there should be 3-year degree course with 1 year, that is the 12th class intermediate or pre-university course. Now you are studying higher secondary, but we studied pre-university course, and you see during that time, means in our time, secondary education, it was, you see, defined or named as pre-university education, and the university or the universities of the state conducted or controlled the education or controlled the examination of this level. Let us go back to the next one. So now that is the relating to the reorganization of secondary education. These things are so much important, and today we are to discuss about this part also. Types of secondary education and diversification of the course. This is number 2. What are the types of secondary education which are operating, which are imparting secondary education to the students of the state and country? And diversification of the course, how the course is diversified, we have to study. To diversity, let us see the meaning. What does the diversification is there? So we are to discuss the meaning of the term, and the term has link with the term diversify. So to diversify means to make or become more varied, different. Secondary Education Commission favored to make the courses at higher secondary age of 4 years very diverse. For this, the Commission suggested to establish different types of secondary schools. Namely, what are the, if you are to mention, you mention different types of or 2-3 types of secondary schools, then agricultural schools, technical schools, commercial schools. These are the different types of secondary schools. General secondary school, agricultural schools, technical schools, commercial schools, etc. With a usual type of general secondary schools, all these 3 types of secondary schools are UC schools. Schools were functioning to impart secondary education in different specified fields. You see, with a usual type of general secondary schools, such multi-purpose schools were necessary to impart different types of education of the diversified courses to help the students to meet their diversified aims according to their diverse abilities and interests. It is expressed by the Commission of 1952 and 53. If in your examination it is asked, you mention 4 different types of secondary schools, then what you are to do? You are to write about general secondary schools, then agricultural schools, technical schools, and commercial schools. You are to mention this. So for your examination, these are very much important. Let us go back to this. The Commission suggested establishing agricultural schools to spread agricultural education in the rural places. If it is asked, why the Commission of 52 and 53 suggested establishing agricultural schools in different states of the country, then you are to write to spread agricultural education in the rural places of India. In such institutions, subjects like horticulture, that is the art of art or practice of cultivating and managing gardens and animal husbandry, etc., which have close link with agriculture, should be systematically taught to offer practical education. What subjects should be taught? You mention two subjects which the Secondary Education Commission of 1952 and 53 suggested for inclusion in agricultural secondary school. Then you are to write about animal husbandry and horticulture in your examination. So these are very important. Let us go back to the next one. Curriculum of secondary education. What did the commission say? The commission pointed out the defects. What are the defects? As per the commission of the curriculum which was followed by the schools that were offering secondary education. The major defects which were sorted out by the commission were as given below. If it is asked to write in your examination, you see, mention the defects of the secondary level or system of education of the country as per the viewpoints or as the viewpoints of the Secondary Education Commission of 1952 and 53. Then the existing curriculum was narrow as per the Secondary Education Commission of 1952 and 53. The curriculum put importance on bookish, on the theoretical knowledge. Means it is bookish, education is bookish, book oriented, and it is, you see, depended on theoretical knowledge. It was overcrowded and hence a burden for the learners. Means the load of the curriculum, the heavy, you see, weight of the curriculum is very heavy, getting so much heavy, and that's why students are facing so many problems according to the Commission of 1952 and 53. So these are the three defects, these are the three specifications, and then after we will get the other. Let us go back to the next slide. The curriculum did not put any importance on practical knowledge according to the commission. It did not emphasize on the diverse activities of life. Hence, it couldn't develop the personality of a whole man. Means in totality, human personality or personality attributes, secondary education failed to develop. Means the spiritual aspect, the mental aspect, intellectual aspect, etc., the moral aspect. The curriculum did not put any importance on the technical and vocational subjects. Hence, it failed to emphasize on the development of vocational and productive capabilities. The curriculum was examination oriented. Emphasis was given on bookish knowledge to secure good marks in examination. Education was dominated by examination and knowledge was measured with the help of examination. So these are the defects which were being pointed out by the Secondary Education Commission relating to the defects of the existing system of secondary education. And if it is asked to write in the examination, you mention the defects of the secondary education, prevailing secondary education of the country, which were pointed out by the Secondary Education Commission of 1952 and 53, or problems of secondary education, then you have to write all these things. To help to make the curriculum defects free, now if it is asked to write, suggest some measures to make the level of secondary education defects free, suggest some measures following the viewpoints of the Secondary Education Commission of 1952 and 53. The commission first of all pointed out towards the defect, and then after how to get relief or how to solve the problems, defects or problems, the commission expressed these most important views pointing towards all these points. The curriculum should be life oriented. It is bookish. That is the defect. It should be life oriented. It should put importance on the experiences and needs of life for the evolution and development of balanced personality. Curriculum should include diverse subjects keeping in mind the needs of life. Number 2, individual needs of life and interests should get priority. Curriculum should be dynamic, not static. Curriculum should reflect the needs, requirements and characteristics of community life, means social living. Number D, there should be interrelationship among different subjects. curriculum should put importance on the correlation of different subjects. These are the solution. These are the solutions, means how to make the curriculum defect free and how to solve the problems of secondary education. These are the solution. And the defects means the problems. Defects are also pointed out by the commission and solutions are also given, and for your examination purpose everything is being specifically, you see, included in the contents of the slides. Let us go back to the next one. Above all the above mentioned recommendations, the commission suggested some important steps for the overall development of secondary stage of education. What were the suggestions for the overall development of secondary education, secondary level of education? These are very much important. The commission suggested establishing residential schools where students can stay and continue their study. It discouraged the idea of separate schools for girls, means common school. So you see, thank you so much, because electricity disruption is there. In the next class, in the coming class, I will discuss the remaining part. You see, we actually came to the concluding part of the class, and because of electricity disruption things are stopped. So thank you so much for today. These slides are so much important. We came to the last part and you are to see all these. You see most important contents of the slides which are very much important for your examination. Thank you so much.